And at daybreak, you got up and you marched and you get your bowl of soup, rice and stew. And then we were given these picks and shovels to dig dirt. And we were taken out and they had a meter stick. They'd measure and they'd say, okay, how many men in this group? 15 men in this group. So they'd lay out. Each man had to dig 2 square meters, 2 cubic meters of dirt. They'd measure it. And that was no problem. We were able to dig that out. But you had to carry it out over and put it down. The railroad was staked off where you had to pile the dirt up to make the fill up to the proper level. How did you carry the dirt? Well, you had a bamboo pole, a guy on each end of it. In the middle of it was this old bark sack with the wire around each end of it. You'd walk up where they were digging a hole, and the guy digging would shovel that old bark sack, load it with all the dirt it would hold. Then we'd walk it over and dump it on the railroad fill. Now, of course, every day it would be different. Some days it would be close, and some days it would walk a little further. Some days you had to walk around rocks. But the railroad right-of-way had all been cleared and done by somebody way ahead of time. So we knew we didn't have to do any laying out of where the railroad was going to be or where we were going to dump. But that at the noontime, they would call. Now, every 10 minutes, they allowed you to stop 5 minutes. But they would tell you, stop, everybody, sit down, you rest. Boy, those first few weeks on the railroad, you didn't do anything until they gave you orders to do it. You know? Then, at noontime, two guys would come out, the big on each end of the bamboo, carrying the big pot of rice and stew, all mixed together. So we always look forward to that. Yeah, they came out, so we had to line up and go by, and then everybody sat down, you eat your stew, and then also what you took out with you was a regular oil drum. I think they say 55-gallon oil drum. We had one cut in half with water in it. So everybody lined up, go by and stick a mess kit in the water to wash it out, you know. And then at the end of the day, and the end of the day was, there was always enough time to walk back to the camp before it got dark. course, we got back to the camp. Of course, our evening meal, same thing. It was never any difference between morning, noon, or night. We always had rice and soup.